Three, two, one, action. Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star, and today we're going to talk about a pretty heavy topic. A lot of folks are thinking about quitting reselling or asking, should I quit reselling because of what's going on in the world. If you didn't watch my video I did earlier in the week on should you quit your job to resell full-time, I'll have that pop up at the end. And I touched on the economic situation and the current events of the world and how it's affecting sales in that video in a little bit more detail. But basically, folks don't have as much disposable income as they used to, and they're not shopping as much. And a lot of us have seen that in the past couple of months, that sales were slow or are slow, and that affects a lot of people. If you don't have a savings built up, which I recommend you do, and that was in that other video I just mentioned, it can get very stressful and it can get very scary. If you don't have a big security net to fall back on, if you have bills to pay and kids to take care of or pets and you got to feed people and you got to buy groceries and the price of everything is going up around you all the time, but your sales are going down, it can be very stressful and scary. It can be very stressful and scary for even those that have a safety net or a savings account, because now you're faced with the fact that you're watching that dwindle away. You know, all that money you had saved up for this purpose, really. You save that money for cases of emergencies or lean times during sales, but it still kind of hurts to watch it dwindle. And then you start stressing about, well, I need to sell more so I can build that back up. So it is a very scary and stressful time for a lot of resellers. I understand that. There's a knee-jerk reaction for a lot of folks to drop prices and run sales to try to sell as much as they can. But the unfortunate downside of that is you're participating in that race to the bottom, and you're potentially trashing certain brands and items on eBay that will never recover. So for instance, let's just use Miss Me jeans as an example. Let's say they sell regularly for $50 or $40, and sellers are freaking out, stressing out, getting scared. Everybody wants to make a sale, and people start putting their Miss Me jeans, say at half off at $20, and they all start selling them. Well, buyers are now accustomed to buying Miss Me jeans for $20. Do you ever think you're going to get them back up to 40, especially in this economy? And so you may have participated in the fact that these jeans will never sell for what they were worth before, because now buyers are accustomed to spending less. Also, when you have new sellers coming on every day, and when they're comping items, if they're doing it correctly, and they're comping by looking at the solds, and they see that a bunch of folks sold Miss Me jeans for $20, they're going to think that's what they're worth. And they'll start listing them at those prices too. And then people will still be trying for that fast nickel and racing to the bottom. So they'll start selling them for $19.50 or $19 or $18.50 to try to get theirs to move more quickly. This happens with a lot of different types of items, categories, and brands on eBay. I'm just using the Miss Me jeans as an example. But yeah, that knee-jerk reaction to start lowering prices can actually result in diminished prices in the future. So when the economy recovers and the unemployment status in America goes down and more people are working and more people have money and that disposable income again, and they start shopping again, we might still be stuck at selling stuff at prices that people were rushing to sell them at right now when things were dismal. So be careful with that. What I would recommend, if your sales are really slow and you really need to give them a kickstart in an economy like this, instead of racing to the bottom or lowering prices on items, just do flash sales. So maybe you run a 50% off sale on all of your $40 and $50 jeans, but only you run it from Friday through Sunday. Run it on the weekend, or run it from Monday to Wednesday. But just run it for a couple of days and see what you can sell, but keep your stuff at the prices that it should be selling at, and should comp at what they're worth. But you can always do flash sales like that. You can also, if you're on Poshmark, you can offer people bundles. You can offer sales on Poshmark. You can offer send out offers on any of the platforms. So there's a lot of things that you can do. They have coupons that you can send out on eBay to past buyers to give them incentive to come back and buy more. There's a lot of things you can do while leaving the actual price of the item alone and not participating in that race to the bottom. But I know that's a knee-jerk reaction. I know a lot of people are scared and stressed out right now, and that's a natural reaction. So lots of folks are saying, hey, do I need to quit reselling? Do I need to go back to a job where I know I have a guaranteed amount of hours, clocking in, clocking out, that guaranteed paycheck, and the benefits that come with it? Health insurance, they take your taxes out for you and all that stuff. My answer to that is you got to do what you got to do for you. So, 2 or 3 years ago, my answer would have been no, just buckle down, get a good routine in place, assert yourself, put in the hard work, and make this work for you. And don't give up, and don't be lazy, and do all the things that you should be doing every day to make this work. Listing, sourcing, shipping, all the stuff that goes into this job. My answer a couple years ago would have been don't just give up and quit, just get better routines in place, keep a to-do list, keep a bullet journal, really, really buckle down, assert yourself and get some listings in there, and maybe get some multiple streams of income. Maybe you start doing affiliate links. Maybe you start a YouTube channel. Maybe you cross-post onto different platforms and sell on many different places. There's lots of different ways to get multiple streams of income coming in, and you can do that as well. That's still my advice. That's still what I would tell most people. Don't just give up, especially if it's not so dismal that you're still making sales and you're still paying your bills. If you have the savings to kind of fall back on and you can survive for a little while, then you could work really hard on building up your listings, cross-posting, getting those multiple streams coming in, and you would probably be okay. The reason I'm kind of iffy to say that to everyone, though, is because, like I said, you have to do what's best for you and your family. If you have small children and you need insurance for them and you need to buy groceries and formula and diapers or whatever it is, and reselling just isn't cutting it anymore, I can't tell you to just tell your kids to suck it up and walk around naked without diapers or don't eat, you know what I mean? So you have to think about what's best for your family. Absolutely, if you can brave this storm and write it out, then that's probably the best thing to do because you've already spent all the time and effort in your business. You've already got the inventory. But when it comes to taking care of yourself, your family, and any pets that you have, whatever it looks like for you and your household, you have to make decisions sometimes that are hard, and you have to do what is best for you and your family. And sometimes that means, maybe it's just getting a part-time job. Yeah, you don't get the benefits with a part-time job that you would with a full-time job, but maybe it's just a part-time job or a side gig to bring in some extra income to help make ends meet until reselling picks up again or until things get better. You don't necessarily always have to give up reselling altogether. You could start, I know gas prices are high, but you could start doing Uber Lyft or the driving for Uber Eats or the DoorDash, deliver food. You could get a part-time gig doing most anything, dog walking, house sitting. There's lots of ways out there to make money that you could just do part-time and still do your reselling, and then just have some extra money coming in. And you could also do that just to start saving some money up if you needed to. So at the end of the day, I do like to tell people, don't give up, don't just give in and throw in the towel. If you really put your mind to it and you really buckle down, you can make this work. But things are so different now. Things since COVID have changed a lot. The economy is going through a lot. Things cost more. There's less disposable income. The unemployment rate is really high in America, and people are seeing that reflected in their sales. So yes, buckle down, give it your all, and don't give up, but also don't not take care of your responsibilities as well. So if you've got other people or animals relying on you and you're not quite making ends meet, it might be time to think about, at least, at the very least, other streams of income, part-time jobs, a side gig. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you and your family. So don't make anyone ever make you feel bad if you have to go back and get a job. If it means the difference between your kids eating or not, or you paying your mortgage or your rent and having a place to live or not, then don't ever let anybody make you feel that. You weren't a failure. It wasn't your fault. You're not the one that made the economy do what it did and everything else since COVID. You're not the one who did this. It's not your fault. In normal times, if things are bad and you just give up, I'd probably give you some tough love and say it's your fault. Why didn't you have routines? Why weren't you working harder? But like I keep repeating this because it's important for you guys to understand that things are different now. And you do what you have to do to survive. And don't let anyone make you feel any type of way about that. And at the end of the day, you don't always have to give all the way up on reselling. You could do it part-time. And when things look better, when the economy bounces back, which it has to eventually, right? You can always build it back up again. Just keep it on the back burner. I wouldn't tell anyone to give it up completely and just, not have it at all, because you've already put all the work into it. But if it has to be the back burner for now, you got to do what you got to do. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below. Hit the thumbs up before you leave, guys. It really helps the channel so, so much. And if you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe. Help us feed some hungry hippos. And don't forget to join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. There's a link down there for you. Until next time, go be productive. Go make some money. And as always, thank you so, so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.